Good morning, good morning. Or wait a minute. It's 12:32 my time, so apparently that would be not morning. It would be afternoon. How are you doing this morning? Oops, hold on. Let me get my goodness. Sorry guys, it's been a while. It's been a hot minute since I've done a live stream. So, I'm trying to get my my settings all set here. I think that I will be able to see comments. I'm hoping that I will be able to. Hold on. Um, bum 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 bum. I don't know. Here we go. Here we go. Comments. Okay. Hi, Samantha. Hello. How are you this morning or this afternoon? I am up in the car. Sandra, you guys, it has been a while and I'm so happy to see you. Happy 2026. I'm sitting in my car. I'm in actually my yarn studio parking lot, which is right over there. Wait a minute. StreamYard's backwards. I don't know. I don't know. You know what? I'm here. You're here. We're here. We're together. And we'll talk about yarn and stuff that's going on with the channel. Now, I know if you've been watching or if you had been, we're just going to get it started right now. Like, first of all, hello, my name is Ginger. I am the Yarn Geek. I am very messy, like, as far as organization goes. But if you were watching my Yarnmas, this is ending 2025. If you were watching my whole Christmas um, episodes, you will notice that I didn't get it finished. I've got video for it, and I will probably be posting it soon. Spokalize? What's that? Definition, please, Sandra. So, yeah, I got way overwhelmed at Christmas and I just spent time with my family. I didn't get all the videos done that I thought I would do. So that was 2025. I've got some videos. I'll probably make a video. Spokalize equals words. Where are the words coming from? They are coming from right out of my mouth. Oh, by the way, I'm wearing this shirt. Yes, I'm under a pile of yarn and I am okay. So, thank you all for being here. This was kind of a spur of the moment. Like, I did not plan this live stream, much like I do not plan things that go on in life, although I do have a lot of stuff planned for 2026, which involve a little bit of evolving, if that makes sense. I have actually, okay, let's put this into some context. You know how sometimes you have a project that you love, you have yarn that you love, you start making this thing and you love certain parts of it, certain parts of it feel right while you're crocheting it, but it's not all going right together. Okay, example. I was making these squares for a while. I was crocheting these squares, lemon peel stitch. I love the lemon peel stitch. I love the yarn I was using, whatever yarn I was using. I mean, here, going off on a little tangent, I would go buy a skein of yarn just so I could see how big of a lemon peel stitch it would make. Say, like the Red Heart Granny Square yarn, because I wanted to see how big of a square it would make, not a granny square, a lemon peel stitch square. So then I would go get another thing of yarn and I would be like, you know what? I want to see how big of a how big of a square this one makes. So I wasn't really making anything as much as I want to see what this yarn does with this stitch, with this particular crochet hook, and I want to see how far it goes. So I really wasn't making anything in particular. So wait a minute, let me get my train of thought back. So what I'm doing now, if we use that same analogy, a lot of times I do this in reality. I will go find that square and I will think, it's not doing any good as a square. Like, I think I'll take this and make something else out of it. And I'll do that with that yarn. I have yarn that I have been doing that with for years. Like, I have yarn that started off as a square and then it turned out to, oh, well, maybe I'll use this in a pattern test. So I would undo the square and start making a sweater out of it. And then I'd be like, you know what? I don't like that yarn in a sweater. So I think that I will take that yarn, unravel, frog the sweater, make something else out of it. This is my relationship with my yarn. And this is kind of like my relationship with everything that I build, everything I collect. I kind of look at yarn as, well, first of all, yarn means several things to me. Yarn is my safe space. I love yarn because I love knowing I can put on a sweater that I made like 10 years ago and feel really good. I also like knowing that, hey, if I wanted to, I could frog this sweater and start making a blanket. I'm that way with several things. It seems to be more comforting with yarn. Um, I like seeing the process of figuring out what to do with this yarn. I like the process of a project from beginning to end. I hope I'm making a little bit of sense right here. Um, let's see. Well, let's look back in time. Oh, so what I'm saying is basically I have a lot of whips. You guys already know that. I have a bunch of whips up in my yarn room. I have a bunch of yarn that has been, some of it's been crocheted, some of it hasn't. And I've been thinking to myself, what am I doing with all this yarn? And let me know if you guys feel this way too. I have a feeling that a lot of you do, because like yarn means so much more to us, to you guys. I'm assuming that you're watching me because yarn means so much to you too. It's not just a thing that I do to like make a sweater to keep warm. It's not just, so I can make a pair of socks to keep somebody else's feet warm. It's it's uh it's so much more, and I'm kind of getting to what I'm talking about in a roundabout way, I think. Um it's my safe, and oh, what happened there? I kind of went off and on for a minute. Um and I started my YouTube channel back in 2019. My very first video was about me talking about all of these wonderful blankets that I was working on and all this yarn I had and all these scraptastic blankets. And the reason they were all scraptastic blankets is because I had done the same thing to those yarns, right? The same thing with that, I still have some of that yarn. I still have some of those blankets that I'm working on, and I'm okay with that because some of these things will never be done. Um, I I admire people who can, and I used to think I needed to be just like this. Like I needed to have a plan for my yarn. Okay, I'm starting this YouTube channel. I should probably have a store to sell my stuff. I should probably, maybe write some patterns. I should probably do this. I should probably do that. I should probably, the list goes on of all these shoulds, and seeing other people doing it and being very successful, like writing patterns, writing pattern books, and doing yarn reviews and all of these things. And I'm like, am I missing something here? Am I not doing something right? And the answer to that, and tell me if you guys have ever felt this way. Not all of you are going to have YouTube channels, some of you do, but taking this thing that you love and feeling like, oh my God, I need to do certain things with it. And the truth is, no, you don't have to do certain things with it. We are not doing things wrong if we are not doing it like we think we should be. I hope I'm making some sense because um, okay, let's go back a little bit more. Oh yeah, I just saw somebody click that like button. If you are liking whatever crazy we are here. It's starting to feel like a strobe light, right? The going on and off. Please, for the love of God, StreamYard, just stay on. I'm trying to have a serious talk with my buddies here, with my yarny friends. So, okay, going back even further. When I started my, I guess when I mean, we all start our life when we're like little bitty babies, right? Okay, no, not that far back. Back to when I was in school. I went to school for psychology because I wanted to figure things out. And what I've learned in that process, let's see, I went to started college in 1988, and I am now, what is it, 2026? And what I've learned in all these years of learning, of living, of trying to do things the way that we're supposed to, is that life is a continuing process. We never stop learning. So that's what I'm doing with my channel, my Yarn Geek channel. And, you know, I'll say some of the things. I'll get to the changes in 2026 soon. I promise. I will say a few things that this channel is not. It is not uh, a place where you're going to come find all of the answers for crochet, all of the answers for yarn, all of the answers for, what yarn hoarding is, which I am a very good yarn hoarder, what it means, it's not a bunch of answers because I will never claim to have all the answers. But what it is, if you keep coming around enough, is it's a place where uh, if you listen, you stay long enough, and especially in the chats, I haven't been having enough chats, which is going to be one of the changes for 2026. For those of you who've been around a while, you know that I have done a lot of a lot of live streaming, a lot of chats, and I think I have been kind of directionless. I haven't had a rudder. I haven't known exactly which way I'm going with this. So, you guys who are still around, who have been along for the ride, we are the ride or dies. You are the ride or dies. We are in this together. But if there's anybody who's in here for the first time, you're probably thinking, "What the heck is this? This is so crazy." Um, I'm probably not going to have a lot of tutorials. Sometimes I will, sometimes I won't. If the feeling strikes, it will strike. But I probably won't have a lot of tutorials. Where, okay, oh, strobe light. I must be in a place that has a bad signal. I don't care. We're talking, if we hang around a second or two, it'll come back. But I am happy to say that I have found some direction. See, I'm a firm believer if you love what you're doing, you just haven't gotten the right Okay, so you keep doing it. You keep showing up. Like, I will never stop crocheting. I've been crocheting for what, 45, 46 years? I'm never going to stop. And it teaches me things. Um, teaches me to keep going. It's the same with living. It's the same with life. It's the same with kids. It's the same. Hi, Debbie. Hi to Yarn Journal. Sorry, I haven't been reading the chats very much. I've been trying to uh, figure out the right words to tell you guys exactly what I'm thinking because I did not have this live stream planned out nor scripted, but I felt like I needed to talk to you. And I don't ever want to get to a point where you guys think, "Oh, well, the Yarn Geek has stopped making videos. Ginger is not doing videos anymore." Um, I really like the feeling that we had a few years ago when I first started, when there were more live streams, because I love that community feel. That's why I'm doing it. It's for the community, the growth, and the things that we learn along the way. That's what starting this year in 2026, I've been doing a lot of thinking. Like when you're not hearing from me a whole lot, that's because there's a lot of balls ringing around in my head going burn, 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 burn. And I've come up with a few things. Because I know that a lot of you guys struggle with these things like I do. And we got to have a place where we can go where um, there are other people like us that are like, yeah, I'm going through that right now. I don't have everything figured out, um, but we're working on it, right? We're working on it. We have a lot of whips. We've got a lot of unfinished projects. That's okay because we're working on them. We're trying to figure out what makes things better. And if we finish a whip and we see somebody who needs it, like the right whip will be done at the right time to give to the right person, if that makes any sense at all. Um, so it's like this channel is not like, oh, you come here to get all of the information to know about everything crocheting. Like, okay, don't get me wrong, you might meet the right people in here who have all that right information, or you might find out in here another channel that does. That makes me happy. Like, I have so many people that I have met along the way just from having this channel that I wouldn't know otherwise. I love, like, I wouldn't have known about mosaic crochet unless I had started, without yarn. Of course, there would be that. But I met Sixel Design, Alexis, my friend Alexis. I met my friend Jody because I started pattern testing and I answered one of her tester calls. Am I the perfect pattern tester? No. Sometimes I can be pretty bad, and I'm not a very good pattern tester because sometimes I don't get things done and sometimes I take too long. I'm I'm not the perfect at anything. What I am is persistent, and what I am is I don't stop, right? I'm not going to stop as far as continuously caring about how you guys are doing. And when I don't have live streams for a very long time, I miss you guys, which is, some, like most of us have never ever met. But I love my community. I love you guys who are always here and here for each other. Like, I know a lot of friendships that have been made in these groups, and maybe I don't talk to those people anymore, but they talk to each other. And wow, what a gift is that? Um, so, what I've got in store for Yarn Geek this year is to show up more on lives, number one, because to me, growth and growing with the people that I love, and I love you guys. Like, I walk into a room, which I kind of look at it like these are rooms, these live streams, and people hop on, and like I know, like most of you guys in this chat, I've had conversations with before. I know, I love you guys, and I don't ever want to stop being here for you guys. I'm just working out the ways that I do it, right? And it's good. I think it's very good and it's very important for us to all know, hey, we're we're in this life together on this earth, and we've all come together for certain reasons, whatever they are. Um, and the thing is that we keep growing, we keep learning, and I'm sorry if I'm repeating myself, but it's just so important to me. My yarn is important to me. You guys are important to me. So that's number one, is more live streams. It's I can't have the yarn crochet community without having them, right? So there's that. Number two is I am giving my channel a facelift. I mean, I can't get a facelift. They're too expensive. And if I had one, I'd want to get one of those ones that pulls all your muscles up way high and makes a 55-year-old look like a 25-year-old, right? But would I do that, or would I go spend the money on yarn? I don't know. I'm not in that situation, so I don't know. Ah, hi Reggie. Nice to see ya. Happy New Year. Happy New Year, everybody. Oh my gosh, I'm so happy. Um, but anyway, I'm giving my channel a facelift, and it's not going to be like, okay, this is how you do this, and this is how you do this. We're talking about life things here, but it's related to yarn because sometimes I don't know how to talk about a subject, sometimes I don't even know what's going on in me. But for some weird reason, this thing called yarn is a picture of what's going on in my life. Like, okay, another analogy. Like sometimes I don't know what in the world is going on in my head with problems, things I'm trying to figure out, relationships with my kids, things like that, real world stuff. And it just seems like a big ball of knotted up yarn. There might be 20 balls that are contributing to it, but it's this big tangle of yarn and it's got to be worked out. And it's not going to be worked out in 5 minutes. It's not going to be pretty, the working out of it. Sometimes it takes years. The thing is that we keep working on it. And I know that every single one of you knows what I'm talking about as far as, say you have a whip bag or a project bag and you just kept stuffing that yarn in there, right? You just kept stuffing skeins of yarn in there. Like maybe there's 20 skeins of yarn and it's all coming unraveled. You have one of those yarns that you started pulling from the middle and the outside is all loose and whatever. And so you're like, it's all like everything's just knotted. I could go up into my yarn room right now and probably find two or three of those. Like it's ridiculous. But every single one of those skeins of yarn matters. You don't want to cut them. You want to work out all those little kinks until you get all of the yarn into its each individual places. But you know what's going to happen? Like you'll get a couple figured out. I get a couple figured out. I get a couple like all, oh, look, I got it untangled. I have this ball of yarn here that's so pretty and I can go use it for something or organize it. But then I'll throw a couple more things of yarn in the bag and it'll start getting mixed up with everything. Yes, right. We organize it. We try to unravel it. That's what I call making sense of life. You know, it's never gonna, it feels like a thing that's never gonna end. It won't ever end, but we keep working on it. Whips. Yes, Reggie, weaving in all the ends. There's no way I will ever get all my ends woven in. I mean, okay, look at this sweater right here. I was wearing it this morning and I noticed, oh, of course, there's that. Sometimes I weave it in and it comes right back out. Yeah, you guys, we're in this together. We understand each other. And a lot of people sometimes don't ever find a group of people that get each other. And I am never, ever going to walk away from this group as long as I'm living and I'm able to press record to why? It's like, yes, Reggie, yarn is a magnificent analogy to life. So, one, I gotta keep putting myself on track. One, definitely more live streams, and two, um, two, I'm giving my channel a facelift, which means I'm not like figuring out all sorts of new things. I'm going through my old videos and making new playlists. I'm going to make a new, actually, I've been working on it the last couple of weeks. And that's a long story too, but I will tell you about the last couple of weeks in just a minute. I mean, how many hours are here? We've we've got all the time in the world here to sit here and talk. Um, but that's easy to navigate. I'm going to actually, I'm not going to, I am actually in the process of working on my channel to make it easier to navigate and to go through playlists of things, topics that are important. Like one of them is just a basic start here. And I'm not making new videos. I'm going back through and kind of, I look at my videos kind of like my yarn stash, you know, this video, I, I, I haven't made a bad video because there is not a bad skein of yarn. There are some things I don't like about certain skeins of yarn. There's some things I don't like about certain videos. But the thing is that it's all in a big jumbled mess right now. My channel, my videos are all in a big jumbled mess and they need to be organized. Are you seeing a common theme here? My yarn is a big jumbled mess. It needs to, well, actually, it's a little better now because it is yarnscaped into the rainbow colors. So, of course, I'll be making new videos all the time. I can't stop making videos because for something in me, in this person that is ginger, needs to talk a lot about things. So, that's never going to end. But I want to have a way to present the videos to you guys in a way that makes sense. That's kind of like my yarn room, right? My yarn studio, my yarn stash. For a while, I was just like, okay, I'm not gonna organize it in a way that is visually appealing. I'm going to put it by like store that I got it from. Well, okay, it looks better when it's visually appealing. It's like, you know, it's something that makes sense when we look at it. So if anything, I just need to put my channel together so it makes sense when I look at it, so I don't look at it and I'm automatically confused, which is what I do with my yarn stash, is if it's not put in a way that makes visual sense to me. Okay, so there's that. More live streams and community. My channel's getting a facelift, which it really needs. I mean, I would like to have one too, but you know what? What is that, a first world problem? I don't have time for first world problems. I've got some real things to figure out here. Okay, number 3 is that um, I've got some new things that I'm working on as far as just PDF printables. I mean, they're all going to be free, right? It's just stuff that, if you want to download and remember because a lot of times I have to I need to have a visual list of something so it makes sense in my brain. Kind of like I need to have a yarnscaped yarn stash so that it visually makes sense to me. I'm already in the process. I've been doing a lot of behind the scenes work while I've been repackaging my channel. And so, there'll be downloadables. I may not be able to write a pattern, but I can sure as heck write down um, some things. We'll just say that it'll make more sense to you when there'll be like a PDF thing from even old videos. I'm going through old videos and was like, wow, did I really say that? Oh my God, that makes sense. So, putting those into printables. If it helps somebody, it helps. I just know that I need all the help I can get, and you guys happen to be the people that help me the most. And that is because you guys you guys get me, and I feel like I get you guys. And the more we can bounce things off of each other, the more we can do things like that. Just even seeing you pop up in my chat, just seeing your name makes me happier than you will even know. So it gives me a reason to go do stuff during the day. I mean, I have my family and all that kind of stuff, but it's just you guys are very important to me, and I had a couple of other things that I wanted to talk to you about in my big channel plans for 2026. But sometimes I'll probably bring it up later. But before I go off on another weird tangent, I want to tell you what I did the last couple of weeks. So, I was getting ready for Christmas. I was doing daily reels miss, shorts miss, TikTok miss, everything Christmas, right? Or holidays, whatever. I was counting down the 12 days to Christmas because I thought, well, I can't necessarily, I know I won't be able to commit myself to a full, what is it, Vlogmas, because I just know myself. But 12 days, I can do 12 days. I didn't do 12 days, I did 9 days. But like I said, I have video. I have video that I am going to send to Derek. By the way, didn't you guys love Derek and Rachel and Zipper, the little uh the little sweater that I crocheted for their puppy Zipper? Well, Derek's my editor, and like they're a whole other story. Derek and Rachel and Zipper are amazing. But I was doing these things. I was on a video trajectory. And then you know what happened? I started I started crocheting like a lot. And my family started coming around. And I started getting very like, I don't know what to do right now, so I will sit and crochet because when there's a lot of family around and a lot of people around, like maybe you don't want to focus your attention on this and you don't, whatever. I felt really good crocheting with Karen cakes, anniversary Karen cakes, and I crocheted my granddaughter a sweater. And then I started crocheting another sweater. And then I looked at a bunch of other things that I had crocheted with Karen cakes before. And you guys, some of you will probably remember these. I kind of started off talking about this in the beginning of the live stream, is that I would get a cake of whatever and crochet a lemon peel stitch square to see how big it would be. Well, I did that with a couple of Karen cakes, and then I added some more Karen cakes onto it. And this was maybe a year and a half ago that I did this, maybe even just a year. I don't know. That doesn't really matter. But I was like, I don't like these. I don't like these whips at all. And I'd already been using them as blankets for a while. So I started making a scrap gan out of all of my Karen cakes, except for the one that I finished with the furry cuffs and collar and stuff that I made for my granddaughter. I started, one of them was the holiday cakes, that the other holiday cake that I got this year, I got two, and I don't remember their names, but this one was the one with blue, purple, turquoise, and all that kind of stuff in it, the limited edition. So I got that sweater that I started liking, and I didn't like it anymore. I thought, okay, I'm going to start making a scrap gan out of this. And then those other two squares, which were totally different colors, I'm like, okay, I'm going to start adding to the scrap can with these colors. And we're still working on that at home. It's a huge scrap can. It's made with anniversary cake yarn. It's like I'm 3 anniversary cakes in, and I think I'm gonna need to go get another one out of my yarn stash because, oh, I mean, why not? And so anyway, long story short, for whatever the reason, my brain and my activity got taken over by Karen anniversary cakes and making this scrap can. And I still can't stop. I sat there and crocheted for 10 hours one day on this. And well, part of it was I have to frog. I didn't frog the whole thing and then crochet it. I frog as I go. So anyway, I my whole life got taken over by this obsession with this scrap can and anniversary cakes. That happens. How many times in my life has that happened? Oh my gosh, has that ever happened to you guys? I seriously need to know if it's just me or it's you guys too. Hi, Jeannie. Oh my gosh, it's so nice to see you. It's so seriously so nice to see you. I gotta take a drink of my Diet Coke real quick. Do you like my kitty cats on my Diet Coke? It's absolutely it's just such a happy thing. Anyway, so I've got this wonderful I think this oh whoops. Here we go. Well that just fell right off, didn't it? Um Here I might have to do this. The sticky stuff on my here, hold on. I got one of these things. You know, one of these things that you see on TikTok or whatever. The adhesive just came off of my phone, so I guess that didn't work real well for a while. Oh my gosh. Life in Janie's crochet world. If you've never used a Karen cake, they are fun. They're not for everybody, but they're for apparently they're for a lot of people, but right now I'm kind of obsessed by the Karen anniversary cakes. And then I go off of it. Then I maybe won't touch a Karen cake again for a year and a half or 2 or 3. But then I'll get obsessed by them again. Like sometimes I get obsessed about the Karen skinny cakes. Anyway, I digress. Um, I think this might be the scrap can, the landing spot for those particular Karen cakes. And I think that's why I like scrap projects so much. Because to me, there is never like a bad skein of yarn. It's just the projects that they go in, like maybe it matches, maybe it doesn't. And sometimes you just have to crochet several projects without one skein. Um, if you know, you know, right? So, anyway, I don't know where I was going with that, but okay, I came up. Okay, we've got the three. We've got the three changes coming, big changes in 2026. One is going back to, more more live streams, um, channel facelift, uh, more not maybe not putting out patterns, but I will have some things that may be helpful to you guys. I will have a landing spot for that. I'm building it right now. Um, it's going to be the Yarn Geek resource stash. And it'll be for whatever. It might be a resource for yarn information. It might be a resource. It'll be a resource for everything. You know what? If there's a thing that one of you guys wants to know and I can help you with, I'll put that in the resource stash. Yarn Geek resource. Yarn Geek Resource Stash. So, so anyway, that's three. Number four, and this is a huge one, you guys. Get ready for it. Like my world has been shaken because of it. Number four is that, get ready. I'm not going to have my yarn studio here anymore. Right after I got it all yarnscaped and all beautiful, I'm going to be moving it all, moving all my yarn. We're building the yarn studio in my house. It's going to be in the garage. I don't have enough space here. There's not enough space in my yarn studio for all of my yarn. So I'm bringing it home. It's coming back home to live. It decided it didn't want to be here anymore. It's like, you know what? Mom, that's what my yarn calls me. Mom, we're coming back home because we want to be home with you, and we'll just see how that goes. So, there's going to be a whole yarn series about me moving my yarn back home and working on the garage to make it ready for home. Um, and I'm also going to find creative ways to stash my yarn all over the house. Because, if you are a yarny, if you're watching this video and you've gotten this far in the video, you are a yarny. You are in exactly the right place. Uh, let's find some pretty ways to display our yarn. Let's find some beautiful ways to make it part of our home decor where it just doesn't seem like, oh my God, I've got a whole bunch of yarn. It's a whole bunch of yarn just everywhere. No, I'm going to find ways to make my yarn look deliberate and beautiful everywhere. Just like I've yarnscaped this yarn studio, we're going to yarnscape the house. And it's going to be beautiful, right? And I want that. I, yarn is a joy for us. It's like there are things that you can be addicted to that are terrible, you know, if if used inappropriately, right? Not yarn. Yarn's safe. Yarn is comforting. Yarn is something that you can be productive with. Yarn shows it shows people love. Like you can't make a hat for a person and be like, yeah, I don't like you very much. Here's a hat. You know, whatever. Yarn is a safe space. And anyway, I'm gonna be moving around a whole lot of my safe space next in the next couple of months. The lease ends the end of January, so yeah, it's gonna be a busy couple of weeks. The videos might come out a little slower just because time and all that kind of stuff, but we'll see. It's an ongoing thing. If you know me, I cannot plan to save the life of me. Right. For the life of me, like big plans. And it's not because like I'm a bad planner. I can plan the heck out of things. I can make some good plans, but life happens and life is going to keep happening. We're not going to stop life from happening. And especially if you've got people in your life that you love, if you've got a big family, if you've got pets, if you've got a job that keeps you busy, whatever, it doesn't matter what, life just keeps happening. And I feel very grateful that I have yarn as a way to kind of analogize, make sense of life. Uh, yeah, thank you, Jeannie. I'd be annoyed if I had to leave the house to grab some skeins. Right, that you need at the spur of the moment. So, That's number 4 in the whole list of things, big things that are happening in 2026. Um, Another big thing happening in 2026 is that my mom is her house, um, re what is it called? Her addition to her house and the remodeling of her house is taking place in 2 stages. She already did the first part, that was last year, and she's getting ready to have the second part started. And so there's going to be kind of some moving around of yarn there. We got it all out of her storage things, her outside, and now we're going to work on getting it in the right places, making it, getting it to make sense to her so that she's happy with it too. Because that's what we want to be with our yarns. We want to be happy with it. So I think those are the big ones for right now. Other things come along. That's the thing about life. If it's sorry about that, about life. It is just like the changing will never stop changing. And so yeah, that's where I am. That's where I am with this new year. I'm very, very happy. I'm very excited. I have not been this excited about um, where I'm going with the channel in a long time, just because I felt like I was still working through that tangle, working through that big tangle of yarn. And don't get me wrong, that tangle is like the ongoing. It's kind of like one of those. What is it? What's the weird yeast growy stuff you put in a jar, and it's just a jar that never ends, and you keep adding to it, and then you keep making starter. Um, Sour bread starter, is that what it is? You add some more and take some out, add some more, take some out, and it never ends. That's kind of what my tangle of yarn is. So thank God for that, because that gives us something to talk about all the time. Um, Sourdough, yes, thank you, Debbie. Oh, sourdough starter, yes, thank you guys. Um, but I'm super excited because I really what I want to do, I don't know if I'm going to be able to do it. We'll just see how it goes. But I do want to start traveling more this year since I don't have kids at home anymore. And this is the last year, the last semester of my grandbaby Emmy being at home with me. So during the day, you know, because she's starting kindergarten next fall. So the second half of the year, I'm going to have a little bit more free time to maybe take some day trips or to go visit my daughter in LA, my daughter in Arkansas. Yes, Debbie, are you in Alaska now? Because I feel the need to be cold. I want to go see my friend Jody in Newfoundland. Is that it? I want to go see my friend Alexis Sixel in Maine. And oh my gosh, I'm so excited for her new book coming out. I don't know how much you guys are into mosaic crochet and astrology. You've heard me talk about it before. She has her astrology mosaic crochet book coming out in February. I've pre-ordered mine. I was like one of the first people because I have to have that book. And she was like, you know what? You didn't have to order that book. I would just have sent you one. And I'm like, are you kidding me? This is the least I can do. Oh, just got back. That's awesome. Ugh, I want to go to Alaska so bad. I want to go everywhere so bad. I've got my car, have car. It's got yarn on the license plate, have yarn. Will travel. Oh, yes, Sandra. We have got Like, I cannot wait to get mine. I can't wait to start sharing things that I've made out of that, because that book's going to be, projects from that book are going to be great. I like astrology. So yeah, now I lost count of all the things. What I'll do is go back through this video and figure out how many things. I think it's like at 5 or 6. I don't know. When it gets a little past the things I've already really figured out, oh, I want to go to the Netherlands. I want to go everywhere. Oh, by the way, just a little life information. My son Anthony and his band, Barefoot Cult, just all jumped on a plane last night. I mean, they had it planned and are in Europe right now. They are in Europe. They are, they're doing the backpack route because apparently baggage, you have to pay more to take baggage now. So they are going with their carry ons and they're not taking their instruments. They're hoping to be able to, maybe go out to some music venues, play some music, have a lot of fun. My son's girlfriend is going with him, or not going with him, but she's going to meet him there. So that's going to be fun. They're going to go to Dublin and Spain and Germany and all that kind of stuff. Super fun. My daughter Veronica is back in LA right now, living her most wonderful little Veronica life. I cannot believe my oldest, who lives in Arkansas, is now old enough to be president of the United States. If she could be if she wanted to, but she lives in Arkansas. She just turned 35 this year, and all my other kids are doing their thing. I could do a whole. I would show my kids more on my videos here, but I'm trying to respect their privacy. Um, because only only moms know how to show off and embarrass their kids to the point of torture, right? So, oh, yikes! I got that information on my thing here that said your car will turn off automatically in 30 seconds unless you do something. So I press the brake button and it's back to normal. Ooh, Germany is across the border from your place. Oh, that's awesome. Oh, excuse me. I drink that Coke way too fast. So, oh my gosh, I'll tell Anthony um, that. Oh, Jody. Hi, Jody. You have to go back to work. Oh, have to go to work. Jody, I am still here. I was under a rock, and I have just come out of it today. I feel like Punxsutawney Phil, seeing if I can see my shadow. I have come out, and I will send you a message. But anyway, guys, this is my friend Jody, me sig me say. She has a bunch of amazing patterns, a bunch of patterns that she's going to come out with this year. And yeah, like I always do when she jumps in the chat, as soon as I get to doing all the stuff in my description on my video and everything, I'll put a link to where you can find her patterns there. I think I thank God that there are people who are gifted enough to write patterns. I am not. I can write a pattern, it'll be weird, there'll be several mistakes. I'll be like, I can't deal with that pattern anymore. I don't like it. I'll probably never like it. And but I love her patterns. Do I have anything of hers that I've made in here? No, I don't. But anyway, I was going to go up into my yarn room right now, but I think maybe I'll save that for another video because this video is getting to be a little long. I mean, I could talk longer, but it would just start sounding weird. So, and you're all like, start sounding weird? You kind of already were. So, that's what is planned for 2026. And I can't wait. Already started working on it. And the most important thing of all is this is the first video I've put out this year. I wanted to go live. Just kind of decided it all of a sudden because I was thinking what's most important to me, and it's getting that connection with you guys. So Happy New Year. And thank you so much. Thank you so much for tuning in, for coming to watch this live stream today. I'll probably make a couple of, Derek, if you're watching this live stream, Derek's my editor. Is there enough in this video to edit? Okay, you guys, I love you so much, and I'm excited for this new year together. And you guys keep crocheting, keep doing the best yous, and keep coming back to these Yarn Geek videos because we're just gonna have fun and crochet. All right, you guys, I love you, and I will see you soon. Bye.
Wake up, today's gonna be a good day. 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 Wake up, today's gonna be a